On the morning of April 14th, Weibo's hot search chart was suddenly shaken by a familiar yet explosive keyword, a rumored relationship between Greg Hsu and Tzuyu. Within hours, a story with no official confirmation surged to the top, generating millions of discussions. Yet the real issue is not whether they are dating, but how the public reacts to a rumor that is, in essence, built on almost no verifiable foundation. When a single photo becomes a media catalyst. The entire speculation began with what seemed like an innocuous detail. Greg Hsu attended a concert by Twice in Taipei and took a photo with Tsuyu's mother. In the logic of social media, however, even the most ordinary interaction can be overinterpreted. From attending a concert to posing for a picture, and eventually being framed as a meeting with the family, the narrative unfolded through a familiar chain of assumptions typical of rumor culture. What stands out this time is the relative rationality of netizens. A large portion of Chinese online users did not immediately believe the rumor. They questioned the credibility of the source, pointed out the lack of concrete evidence, and even dissected details to debunk the claims. In a digital environment often driven by sensationalism, this reaction signals a rare moment of collective maturity in information consumption. Nation's boyfriend and the logic of fame. One of the most cited arguments revolves around Greg Hsu's public image. He is not only a well-known Taiwanese actor but also widely perceived as a nation's boyfriend across Asia. From that perspective, Tsuyu's mother wanting a photo with him could simply reflect admiration rather than any personal connection. This highlights an interesting intersection between fandom culture and social psychology. When a celebrity reaches national popularity, every interaction they have becomes susceptible to reinterpretation. Fame, in this case, is both an asset and a trap, turning even the most mundane moments into supposed evidence for narratives that may not exist. Silence, strategy or natural response? Amid the growing buzz, both artists chose to remain silent. This is hardly surprising. In cases where information lacks credibility, responding can sometimes amplify the issue rather than resolve it. Many netizens agree that the rumor is too weak to warrant any official statement. In fact, silence here can be read as a subtle media strategy, neither confirming nor denying, allowing the rumor to fade naturally within the fast-moving attention cycle of social platforms. Without new developments, the story is likely to be replaced by the next trending topic, something that has happened countless times in the entertainment ecosystem. Are fans moving beyond dating taboos? Perhaps the most intriguing aspect of this situation lies in fan reactions. Contrary to the traditionally strict stance of fandoms, many of Tsuyu's supporters appear open-minded. If the relationship were real, they would support and congratulate the couple. This shift reflects a broader transformation in idol culture. As Tzuyu is no longer a rookie but a mature artist, audiences are increasingly willing to accept that her personal life should not be constrained by outdated no-dating norms. In this context, romance is no longer taboo but a natural part of life. A rumor as a stress test. Zooming out, the story of Greg Hsu and Tzuyu is less about a potential romance and more about a threefold test: the critical thinking of the public, the mechanics of social media, and the evolution of fandom culture. A rumor supported by thin evidence should theoretically disappear quickly, yet it managed to dominate search rankings within hours. This underscores the power of algorithms and human curiosity. However, the public's refusal to fully embrace the narrative suggests a positive shift. Audiences today are less likely to accept information at face value. Conclusion: when truth is no longer the center. Ultimately, the most thought-provoking takeaway is this: in the age of social media, truth is not always the central driver of virality. A story can spread widely as long as it is compelling enough, even without solid evidence. Yet it is the audience's reaction that determines its lifespan. In this case, the rumor may be true or false. But what matters more is how it was received, not with frenzy or harsh judgment, but with skepticism and reason. And perhaps that, in itself, is the most reassuring, happy ending to a controversy that was never truly verified.